So the last video cut off with me explaining, like when I say that, meaning it's about energy, right? So if you have two people, someone
Leaving
has
a
to
toxic
identify
relationship.
as
When you're
the
finally
feminine
done.
energy and
Sexual
someone
soul
identifies
ties.
as the
Making an
masculine
exit
energy.
plan and breaking
And
the
in
soul
this
tie.
case, Girl Lala was feminine. She was very feminine, honey. She was feminine, more feminine than a lot of feminine women. Okay, and I'm not gonna say he was masculine. I'm gonna say he was dominating her because a masculine, a person who is dominating can, when they have their victim, they can appear to be oh so masculine, have so much testosterone, but it's only for her. Because remember, when you connect with someone, you're connecting with that person, them, the mind, body, and soul. That's who you connected with. A lot of y'all are in denial about that. But that's why God prepared us and gave us a guidebook on what he suggests we do as far as fornication. Let me look that up. I'm kind of glad that I went and found this because it brought to my mind how I was able to actually disconnect from that guy that I was so stuck on. So let's read this first. Flee from sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but the sexual immoral person sins against his own body. Or do you not know that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit within you, whom you have from God? You are not your own, but you were bought with a price. So glorify God in your body. So I'm not, this in the case is still relatable to Girl Lala and her guy. And the reason why I say is because, okay, so according to what some of the things I've been listening to, I'm not going to say that Girl Lala was his first. I'm going to say Girl Lala was his first soul tie with the opposite sex that he felt like he was in a relationship with. And you notice that he talked about, or he was bitching and fussing about, like he can't get away, that was the soul tie. Because when you get a soul tie with someone, let me get a description for you. A soul tie are deep emotional, spiritual, or even physical bonds we form with others. Some ties are healthy, like those formed in godly marriage or deep friendships, but some are unhealthy, especially when formed through sin, toxic relationships, and deep pain. And see, the soul tie between a husband and wife or friends is healthy, but when you connect with, and this is what it's like, it's coming to me as I'm talking to y'all, when you connect with someone that don't not have your best interest at heart, you're actually connecting to a darker energy. So say for instance, if you have Fruit Loops, and y'all are gonna laugh, but this is me giving it to y'all like this. Say you have Fruit Loops and you have milk. Fruit Loops and milk are actually an unhealthy soul tie, because if milk falls in love with Fruit Loops and pours over Fruit Loops, milk is going to soften Fruit Loops, and Fruit Loops will no longer be Fruit Loops. Okay, let's go for a healthy soul tie example. Okay, cake and icing. Say for instance, cake and icing has a sexual soul. I mean, a soul tie, which is, we're going to say sexual. That's a healthy soul tie. Reason being because the icing smooths over the cake, makes the cake more beautiful, more detectable, more delectable, more desirable. You understand? So that's why it's important to connect with someone who has your best interest at heart. Um, I am not free with myself in an intimate manner. I'm not. Because I learned from the last relationship, that one that I was in for so long, when I tell you that I would leave him, but my body would crave him. And I had never really, like, I had experienced it before, but I was too young to understand. So I just go hump on somebody else. But when I got older, because I don't do short term relationships. I had been with my first kid's father for 11 years. So from 21 until 33, I was with him. I took a year off. I went to counseling therapy because I'm a therapy queen. I went to therapy, talked to my therapist. She was explaining things to me, and, you know, blah, 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 blah. It explained to me that I was in a domestic violence relationship. I didn't even know it then. And then I connected with him. I had been celibate, right? And here this man come along with this nice body, all muscular. Y'all know what I did. You know what I did. Y'all know what I did. And I went on about my merry way, but not him. He started to call, and I would be like, oh, nah, child, that was just one thing. And then I started to get his family members telling me, oh, he's upset. He's over there crying. And I ended up getting, like, that's when my heart got activated. Because keep in mind, I had went to therapy. I had cleared myself out of all the old pain. And my heart got activated. Honey, when I tell you this was one of the master manipulations, like, this guy, no, I couldn't talk to no guys. I mean, this guy was accusing me of cheating. All my old friends that I used to have these friends, and we used to get together, chill, have our fun times. Honey, he came in there and brought all these dark thoughts about these people. Oh, I'm sleeping with this person. I'm sleeping with that person. Accusing me of sleeping with people that ain't even my type, y'all. I have a type, baby. And I was like, and that was like, it was already like eating away at me. But I didn't know. Because, see, I'm a very, like, what y'all see here is really who I am. Like, I am really like a goof person. Like, I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. That's what I'm known by. But my friends were like, ooh, Shanice. Like, my friends couldn't stand him. Like, they would be like, oh, girl, like they couldn't stand. But he was handsome. Like, visually, he was handsome, right? You know, so we'd be having fun. You know, my girlfriends would be, you know, we'd be chilling and having fun. We'd be dancing. Everybody, because he was handsome. Like, I remember one time we were at a party, and I went to the bathroom, and I came out of the bathroom, and he came up to me and told me that my friends told him that I was a nymphomaniac, which was a lie. And, like, he was like, oh, it's time for us to go. The same way that this boy was doing this girl, he would disconnect me from people. He would, like, pull me back from my friends. And I didn't know that, like, okay, so when we were leaving one night, you know, he had got arrested because he was on papers, and he got arrested. He took off running when the police came, and that gave them ground to arrest him. I had like, heading home that night with him, I knew there was going to be drama because we used to have arguments for hours. Like, hours, like up until 6, 7 in the morning arguing. I can't live like that. But that's what I went through with this person. Because he would get to drinking, and it would go longer and longer. And I couldn't understand, but I didn't know that he was intentionally doing it to me. That's why I had to really get into narcissism, and I am going to start a series on narcissism because I want to talk to y'all about it, because narcissism runs a lot deeper, and it's a very big in this world. You a lot of times narcissists target you, okay? But that's another subject. But anyway, so it was really hard to get away from him, but I finally got away from him because when I used to work at a prison, I found out that one of the girls that had got out of prison, he started messing with. Because they will turn people who you get along with, they will turn those people against you. That's what narcissists do. This person who I had fucking counseled this bitch while she was in jail. She on the phone talking like shit to me with my man there. And I'm like, what the hell? But once I saw that was like, I have certain things that finally just turn me off from a person. I set it in my mind to get this man out of my body. I started doing research, y'all. Research. And I found a soul tie prayer that's powerful as hell. It's by Dr. Alexis. It's on YouTube. If you listen to this lady's soul tie prayer religiously, I promise you'll get that person out your mind, because they take over your mind and your soul. That's why you connected to them. This world is spirit and flesh. Okay? So I'm giving these words to y'all because I love y'all. Okay, and that hurt me to see that beautiful young person be no longer here because of jealousy. That's exactly what it was. So anyway, this is Baby Girl 411. Tune in, you guys, and I will see you guys soon. Take care. I love you.